Alright, so this is my review of Naughty or Nice Collection's Gremlin King. And this is a line that's exclusive to Big Bad Toy Store. And I got him for 36 bucks on Big Bad. And, with tax and everything, say like 45. So if you're interested, that's where I got him. I think that's the only place where you could get him. And don't recommend trying to find these on eBay. And I don't think they're too hard to find. I mean, I think this guy just released. Anyway, so let's just go right into the review. It's going to be a quick one, pretty simple figure. Let's go straight into his aesthetics. And I will say right away, just something to be aware of is that I did paint this guy a little bit. So the skin tone you're seeing on him is probably not what you're going to get. And that's one of my gripes with this figure. So I'll put a picture up. I think I still have it the way he came. He came with a more kind of olive drab skin tone. It didn't look too good, and it was very blotchy also. And that's a disappointment, because if you look at the pictures, and I'll just put a picture up of what one of their promo pics, he looks a lot more like what I have him right now. Like a grinchy, nice, cartoonish green color, and that's kind of what I was expecting. So that was a little disappointing when I saw the actual kind of more realistic skin tone. Some people might like it. It was more blotchy and faded, less saturated, but I just redid his face and hands in kind of like that classic grinchy green color. Nice saturated green. And just to be aware of that. Okay, so he is modified slightly. Other than that, I didn't do anything to him. So in terms of aesthetics, let's get a closer look at him. And, it's a really nice looking figure. Very different. And honestly, when they first announced this, I just literally burst out laughing. Like, what the hell is a Gremlin King? And what does that have to do with Santa? It's just such a stupid and, like, fun figure. That's literally the reason I bought him instantly. And, I mean, what a scumbag. Look at that face. Like, that was an insta buy for me. Yeah, I mean, he looks great. So, I mean, little kind of I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up, but kind of like the wash on him is a little sloppy, but I'm not expecting like a miracle at like 36 bucks. So he's still great. Again, be aware, his hands, I did paint them. He didn't come with fingernails. I just kind of added those in. Let's see, other than that, very simple color scheme. He's red and black, so there's not a whole lot to say. Nice satin finish, though, I'll say that. Glad they didn't give like a cheap, plasticky, crappy look on him. Beyond that, there's not a whole lot to say. So honestly, it would have been a 5 out of 5 if he came like this. But since he came with that ugly, in my opinion, ugly skin tone, I'm just going to knock him down to a 4. So, that's kind of misrepresenting that is kind of a bummer. Like, I don't like when companies do that. But other than that, I think he looks great. So 4 out of 5 there. And let's just get a measurement on him too, before I go into articulation section. And I think he's just standard 1/12 figure though. So let's just see how tall he is. Yeah, he's like 6.5 inches, which is realistic. Guy like this, big Santa's arch nemesis. Yeah, I can imagine being like 6'4", 6'5". So I'd say he is 1/12 for sure. So he's like 6.5 inches. Let's see, and let's get a weight on him too. I'll tell you right now, he's a pretty beefy guy. Like, he's got good weight on him. Yo, 7.5 ounces. So this guy's almost half a pound. And he's only 36 bucks. So that's very impressive. So very impressive figure. I was more than surprised, like, how happy I was getting this guy. It's such a random figure. That the whole line is just literally hilarious. Like, that's one of the reasons I just picked this one up. So, yeah, like I said, 4 out of 5 on the aesthetics section. Let's just go into his articulation. Let me just take his crown off here. And let's go right into it. So, it's going to be a little tough moving his head, but it is on a ball joint. So just given the beard, it's kind of hard moving around. I painted his ears and stuff too. I'll say this. If you're going to paint stuff, make sure you put a sealer on it. Otherwise, you're just wasting your time. See how I'm like grabbing his face? I'm not worried because I put multiple layers of sealer on him. Just a little note, if you're ever considering painting your figures, which you should, very fun. Yeah, so his head's on a ball joint. Again, not a whole lot of movement. Arms go up that much, and that's me really torquing on him. So he could T-pose it, so that's really good. Just a single bend on the elbows. Again, it's kind of a budget figure. And they do a full 360, and you do get a swivel on the forearm. No bicep swivel, though. And you get a swivel on the wrist. And they rotate, so that's good. Okay, and you get a giant ball joint. I had to look at this. They have a very substantial, well-made ball joint in here. Very strong. So, yeah, you do get, for a big fat guy like this, he's better articulated than some skinny figures. That's the most you're going to get out of him. So his backwards is a lot better than the forward, but let's move on to his legs. So he could literally do a full split. I mean, a big fat guy like this has no business doing full splits, and he utterly shames a lot of like import figures that can't even pull this off. Just disgraceful. So I mean, like, that's just insane. So okay, yeah, anyway. When your articulation gets outdone by a big fat guy like this, you just need to sit down. And I'm looking at you, Medico's recent Speedwagon review. Okay, anyway, so legs do come up fully, and very smart of them, they cut that skirt. So they're actually paying attention, unlike a lot of companies that charge like twice what this guy cost. And I'm looking at you, X-Ray Studios combatants line. Let's see. Single joint on the legs. And you do get a thigh swivel. And I think you get a knee swivel too. Not sure why knee swivels exist. Like, pretty sure humans don't do that. But it's there if you want it. And a very nice ankle rocker. So it's funny. Again, I just keep bringing up more expensive companies because why is a company that's charging $36 for a figure doing this better than, like, again, Medicos just comes to mind. Just an example. I'm sure there's more, but very nice ankles. Let's see. I think that about covers it. So, given that he's kind of a big fat guy, he is somewhat limited. And I'd say give him like a 3.5. So, I mean, he is limited. Like, you can't pull off, like, he doesn't have like a double jointed elbow, no double jointed knees, but that's expected. But, given what he is, he'll get a 3.5. I think that's a fair rating, given his limitations, but he does it exceptionally well where he does articulate. Okay, so 3.5 for articulation, and let's go straight into his accessories. And let me just get them out. Okay, and he comes with a bunch. So let's just go straight into it. He comes with kind of like a beating stick or whatever the hell this is. It's just like an iron club. So he gets that. Whatever. Actually, let's make him hold it. Okay, and let's just go through the rest quickly. Okay, so comes with kind of jammed, smashed in present. It's a nice touch. Just get this back so you can see. So you get that. And he comes with all these ornaments, which I guess you could kind of hold. And I think they're supposed to be like grenades or something. But those are very nicely colored, so that looks great. And you can get a nice kind of demented holiday setup over here. Comes with a nice stand too. He really doesn't need a stand. He's so like brick solid, like he's not going to fall over. But you do get a nice stand if you want one. I have no idea what this is. If someone knows, feel free to let me know. It looks like it plugs in somewhere, but I'm not sure what the hell that even is. It looks like a tail or something. Yeah, no clue. Oh yeah, and don't forget his kind of nettle thorn thing, Gremlin King crown. That counts as an accessory too. He does come with a Santa hat. I'll just show you what he looks like with that on. And that looks really great. So I'll just leave that on for the rest of the review. So that looks amazing. So this guy really stands out like in a creepy way. Like imagine this guy coming down your chimney. He does come with alternate hands too. So again, I painted these. Just be aware of that. He doesn't come with the fingernails. They're not going to be quite this color either. But, and you know, if you have other accessories, you can go crazy with this guy. Like you can give him whatever. He does come with gloved hands too. Gloved gripping hands. And comes with 2 lumps of coal. So comes with 2 sticks of dynamite, which are painted up to look like candy canes. And that's about it. So accessories 5 out of 5, like for $36, and they just loaded him out. Exceptional set of accessories here. So 5 out of 5 easily. Like I said, this is probably when you buy a cheap figure that's just loaded out like this and is this good quality. And I'll say this, yeah, he's not cheap. Even the plastic they use on him, and it's not like the cheap crap plastic you'll get on like a Marvel Legends that smells like crayons. This is some premium shit. Like you could tell just by looking at him. And I think he's priced exactly where he should be. So let's see. I gave him a 5 out of 5 on the accessories, and overall value. Yeah, he's like around 45-ish with taxes where I am. So I'd give him like a 4.5. He's a great value. Only reason I'm just knocking it down a bit is just the skin tone kind of bummed me out. Like I wasn't happy with the skin tone that they gave him. But other than that, yeah, very impressive figure, and I'm definitely going to get more. So this is like a very nice budget figure. That brings his overall rating to like 4.03. Solid figure. And definitely get him if you're bored. Literally, if you're bored, if you want something fun for the holidays, don't hesitate. He's great. And since I have some figures out here, let me see. I'll just pull them next to some Mythic Legions. So here's some, I think these are 1.0 Mythic Legions. I just got these in the mail. So why not? So he scales pretty much dead center with Mythic Legions. Not sure why he'd be next to him, but why not? Anyway, so if you have any comments, feel free to ask. If you have any, if you want to say anything else, just leave a comment. I usually respond to all of them. And yeah, thanks for watching.